Hey guys, THUNDERSTUD here, and we are doing a Malefic revisit. Now, I haven't revisited this archetype in a minute, but it has gotten a lot of new stuff. Some of the new stuff we're not using, like Malefic Red Eyes and things like that, just wasn't good enough for me to really run away with it. But now we have this other spell card. It's probably not good enough for me to run away with it either, but we're going to try it anyway. It's Malefic Force. It's from Ranked Duel tickets. It's ultra rare. Target one Malefic monster you control. That monster is unaffected by your opponent's spell effects while it is face up on the field. So that's just as long as that monster exists, he's going to not be affected by spells. Not really a useful skill. Only spell you really want to watch out for is Dark Magical Circle, and I mean, it's either hit or miss with that. So I don't really know if this is really worth it. But another card, an older card worth talking about, is Malefic Claw Stream. Now, you really didn't see this card when Malefics were brand new, because the meta was way different when Malefics were brand new. When Malefics were brand new, you were looking at things that couldn't be destroyed, like Cactius and Neos and all this stuff. So this card was borderline useless. But now, in a different meta where destruction can play a little more, it is actually pretty good. Activate only if you control a face-up Malefic monster. Select one monster your opponent controls and destroy it. So now, target instance of destruction for virtually nothing, just doing what you're doing already. It's pretty good, guys, considering most people are playing it where you need to discard something or tribute something to get the same effect. This works out really well, and the icing on the cake, what really throws it over the top, it's searchable, guys. If you play your Malefic world, which you're 100% going to have, you're 100% going to have it, so you're always going to be able to draw this on your second turn if you don't have it. How so? You use Malefic World, reveal these three, your opponent chooses one, you get one of it. Hopefully you already have your big Paradox Dragon on the board, and all that great stuff, guys. It's so wildly consistent, but with this card, it's not too great. I feel like this is better. Dark Illusion. When a spell or trap or monster effect is activated, targets a dark monster on the field, which is your dark monster, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Now, that's pretty much what you're doing. You're just sitting one big dark monster on the field. Worse, things going great, you have your Paradox Dragon, you have this, and you have a Dark Illusion or a Malefic Force. I prefer Dark Illusion, like I said, but Malefic Force lasts the whole duel, so it's pretty strong. Now, at its worst, you have like a Stardust Dragon, or even just a gear face-up with some Claw Streams. But it's so consistent, guys. It's so wildly consistent. You're going to have a 4K beat stick with some trap support of some sort. You're either blowing away monsters or protecting your boy, and it's just so quick and decisive, so consistent. What a weird deck. It plays better in this meta with Claw Stream. It was actually really fun, guys. Pretty cool. It's like a puzzle for your opponent to challenge, but you get to disrupt at the same time. It's really great stuff. Hope you guys enjoy the replays, and thanks for watching. Alright, here's the Kiza. We're going second. He's got 30 cards. Using 30 card balance, I don't know how well that would be working out for the boy. So here we have our gear and our Dark Illusion. Territory and world get quite redundant, but we just need it for that 100% always having world. It's just too good, guys. We always have world. It makes this deck work. So anyway, we start with gear. You're usually starting with gear because that's what we have the most copies of. That brings out the other gear, parallel gear, for Paradox Dragon. That's threatening lethal immediately, baby. Here he hits us with a Canadia. Had we gone first, we would have OTK'd him right there. But we went second, so we gotta work a little harder. Now we're gonna Malefic World, search two of our traps, and our third Malefic Force. So we get the Malefic Force, not as good, but we'll still find some use for it. Swinging for that 4K, boy tries to Karma Cut us. We say no way. Eat a Dark Illusion, counter the Karma Cut, do not trigger the Canadia, and hit him for lethal. That's the power of counter traps, guys. Better priorities, no Canadia chain, great stuff. Alright, here's a Yami Merrick. We're going second. Really want to go first. Constantly going second. It's pretty weird, honestly, because the first turn plays are where you get really unfair, but we're going second. So here, not the greatest hand, starting with a world. Our boy has a full field, threw his whole hand on the board. Now our hand's starting to get there. We're going to start with Malefic World. Summon one Paradox Gear. He hits them with a Canadian. We're going to set our traps. He's going to pick at us with a little Submarine Roy. Nothing too crazy. Still Shadow Games. Now remember, it's a Canadian, not a Floodgate. So we're going to, first off, 1, 2, 3. Try to search our Claw Stream. Successfully do so. Flip our boy up. That is, in fact, a Floodgate. But while he's face up, we're going to Claw Stream that Submarine. He was going to get a Canadian off the Floodgate anyway, so we're not tripping. Here we get our Paradox Gear normal summon. Remember, he was a flip summon. Now we're going to get our Paradox Dragon off anyway. Set that other Claw Stream. There's the big boy. He gets Void Trapped Hold, though. So we're down 1. We're down 2 Paradox Gears. But we still have plenty of tricks up our sleeves. So here, our boy is Yosenju's. He's going to pick at us again for another 900. Just getting closer and closer. He really wants it to happen. But we're not going to let it. We use Malefic World once again. Gear, Stream, or Force. We get Gear. That's exactly what we wanted, guys. Here comes the Gear. Here comes the Parallel Gear. Stardust Dragon now, guys. We're going to get pretty fancy right here. I'll explain what happens exactly. So, we bring out our Paradox Dragon. We have a Malefic Claw Stream. I declare attack, toggles on, wait till the battle phase. Now I use my Claw Stream. Any Sphere Boy, any Wall of D, which he had 3 Walls of D, they are only during attack declaration. And waiting for the battle phase to use my Claw Stream, I have dodged both Sphere Kribo and Wall of D, which he had in his deck. They were likely that, and hit him for straight 4k. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's Yami Merrick. Going second. We really want to go first with this deck, but you're seeing a lot of second, which is a much harder duel for this deck because we are relying on trap cards, but we still make it work. Best to go second now. We'll start with a little better hand, but not too much better. So we're going to start with Territory. That brings out a World. This is a deck card. Set 2. Bring out our Stardust. We're swinging for 2,500. So, you know, we're not even starting optimally. This is a pretty weak start for us, but we're still going great. We have our Malefic Force. We have a Claw Stream to destroy a monster. All sorts of stuff we can do. We're just going to use our Malefic Force on the Stardust Dragon, because you usually don't have more monsters due to the nature of Malefic monsters. You just want one of them. Only one of them can attack. So we're searching a gear for a follow-up and our Malefic Claw Stream. Now eventually our boy's going to have monsters, and we're going to be hitting them with Claw Streams, even if they're face down, even if they're Fortress, all that nasty stuff. So due to Malefics, we don't summon a monster anyway, but it's probably clogging up our boy with Lava Golems over there. So once again, we show him our trap, 2 Paradox Gears this time, since we already have 2 copies of our trap. We're just trying to get more copies of our trap, honestly. Here he protects himself with a Kiteroid once again. 100 a turn is not going to win the duel for us. In his end phase, Claw Stream that boy. It's a Warm Worm. We lose a little bit, lose a Paradox Gear, but we're not tripping. We have all Paradox Gears now. Here he's going to use Flutus Summoning Kuribo. Winged Kuribo isn't really getting that bang for his buck when we're just swinging with one monster. He's just another boy. But now we have some serious mill in our graveyard thanks to that Warm Worm, so we're taking 500 a turn. Our boy sets 2. We get our Rainbow Dragon. Doesn't really matter. He's using Rainbow Life. Gains 500 or 2,500. Did throw away a Lava Golem. We're losing 500 a turn now. That's a little more than 100, but we're still not too scared. He's losing 700. Malefic World once again. Parallel Gear, Stardust Dragon, Claw Stream. We want Claw Stream. We get Stardust Dragon. That's okay. We're going to swing for 2,500. Boy has to take it. We're down to 2,300. Still slightly ahead of him. He sets. We got our Claw Stream, guys. Pop the last one. He still has 2 back rows. Another Warm Worm. We're down to 3 cards with 9 cards in our graveyard. Things are getting really dicey, but it was already over. We get that final swing. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here we are facing Yami Bakura. Going for a rank up. Poor boy's got a rank down. This deck was clapping, guys. It was actually doing really well in this meta. So here, we have a Rainbow Dragon. I eventually switched it out for a second Malefic Stardust Dragon because you don't really need it. to bring out your other Rainbow Dragon. We do have Malefic Rainbow Dragon, but you don't really need it because our Paradox gear will eventually serve as its fodder to bring out your Rainbow Dragon anyway. And really your Rainbow Dragon's plan B, so having this Rainbow Dragon would not be as good, but it'd be playing just the same as if we just had that second Stardust. Now, we have our Paradox. We had a set Claw Stream. Our opponent summoned a Raiden. We Claw Streamed that boy. He's Dark Lords, searched whatever he needed, sets a card, but with 4K, what are you gonna do? Now here's Malefic World, guys. Remember how I talked about searching Claw Stream or our Rainbow Dragon as a plan B? We of course get the Claw Stream, but it's just so searchable, so great. Complete control of the duel. Great stuff, guys. Alright, here's a Zane Truesdale. We're going second. That poor boy's gonna catch a rank down. It's 20 cards using that burst sleeve and a Cyber Dragon mat. So we get a Territory. Territory is great. It makes it so your spell or your field spell can't be targeted with those pesky Cosmic Cyclones. Very useful. Now we're going to start with our Paradox gear. We have a Dark Illusion to help our boy out, but we haven't set it yet for very good reason. And you're going to see once we do this synchro. Go into our Paradox Dragon. Now our boy's going to try to Cosmic Cyclone. If we didn't have Territory, that would be a nightmare. We'd lose our Malefic World and our monster would be destroyed. We do have Territory. That means you cannot target this. You have to target this first before you can get to our boy. He does it in our main phase, so guess what? We have a second Territory. Now he scoops. Jumped the gun. Should have waited till the battle phase at least. Then he could have hit the Territory. But really should have known he couldn't hit the Territory to begin with. And yeah. So this deck is so amazingly consistent, guys. You just sit a 4K or just a really strong monster on the field. You protect him by destroying a monster of your opponent, or by negating spell or spell trap and monster effects with our counter trap. You're always going to have the field spell. You just got to work with your monsters, which you're mostly going to have your Paradox gear. You can start with some Stardust after, but Rainbow Dragon's like your plan B. All sorts of things to go, guys. It's such a consistent deck, and Malefic Claw Stream just works so much better in this meta. It's actually viable. It's searchable. Try it out, guys. It's great stuff, and thanks for watching.